Right, so Gaza, this is it. Class B has been wrapped up by Ryan van Heerden. Class C has been wrapped up by Dylan van Heerden. But Class A is still up for grabs. It goes down to the final race of the day, the final race of the year.
At the end of the day, it's a boy thing. Whether
Yep.
you've won it or you've lost it, or the first time you race, you want to go as fast as you can, as hard as you can, as close to the front as you can. But what's going to happen is that it's going to be a bit of an invert.
Right, the Class A cars make their way off the line. Oh, they're using the track and a lot more. There's just dirt and dust everywhere. The Class B cars, oh, we've got a spinner. No, we haven't got a spinner. There's just cars throwing tons and tons of sand onto the track. The Class B cars are now going through all that as the Class C cars now launch off the line as well. This is it, folks. In Class A, it is for all the marbles in the bag. First, second, and third is up for grabs. Classes B and C has been wrapped up. These boys in Class A are going to rip each other apart for the championship, which will be decided for that class in this race.
Well, there's been quite a bit of discussion that's happened between the two races, a fair amount of paperwork that's been done, some tactical moves by certain people to help other people. It is what it is. That is motorsport. The championship is up for grabs still in a lot of places are still up for grabs at this stage of the fight. So you can expect friends to work together, teams to work together. This is the real deal.
Well, right now, Ian Cup is the man that's leading Class A, but I don't know for how long, because through comes Marco Busi. Marco Busi, Cup's really lost a couple of positions there as they work their way through that cement dust. Here they come. That's Busi that sits out there in P1. He has got the run. Then we have got Cup. And right next to Cup, we've got Nathan Victor as they work their way down into turn number 1 into holes. Here comes the Class B. It's Kulfi. It's a bus. And it is Dario Busi that is sitting third in that class, followed there by the yellow car of Faisal Jacobs.
Well, that's quite a bad lock up there by Sanderberg at the back of the pack. But here comes Class C, and it looks like it's for Rolly from Fontini. Moona, a bit of a gap between himself and them, and then once again, Zak Leiden's in the game.
Yeah, and then Finneran and Levy rounding off that group, and Fajit in the 74 car. But we go back to Class A. That's making its way towards turn number 4 to Sarl Sweep. Up the Tigerberg straight they go, working their way out of dams. Tigerberg now into double right-hander Sarl. And it is Busi that sits out there in P1. Nathan Victor is in that second spot. Ian Cup has lost a lot of positions. It is Umpi that is there in that third spot right now as they race down that back Kalani straight towards turn 5 Pertamina Fastron.
Well, definitely the scrutineering through the year and the way that it's been done and what has been done has worked, because frankly, you've never seen the Class A's grouped together like this, the Class B's grouped together, and the Class C's. That means the scrutineering side of it and the way they've laid out the rules is working as the Class A guys make their way down to Holzoek. It's Busi from Victor. Once again, Swart, a bit of a gap between himself and the front runners. Geldenhuys, as always, in the top 5 in class. Let's go back to Class B as they enter turn number 1.
Yeah, it is all about Mohammed Kulfi. It sits out there in P1 with Dario Busi. The cars are coming through fast and furious. There is Jacobs. Behind Jacobs, you saw Hendricks, and somebody's got a boot open. That is Razik Harris. He's got the boot lid open of that Polo as Razik Harris, and then he's got Dani Sandenberg right in there with him as well, as the Class A cars are now working their way towards turn 4 Saddle Sweep.
Class C cars coming towards us. Fontini from Ferrari, from Leiden, that stayed the same. Moona from Finneran, so that stayed very much the same as we have a look at our Class A guys as they come hauling down the back straight. It's all about Busi, Victor and Swart. The same question we asked in race number 1, can Swart close up on those two up front? It looks like Busi is the quickest man so far in race number 2.
Yeah, it's going to be touch and go stuff. Remember that Dylan Jabir didn't finish race number 1, and he is right in that fight. He's Dylan Jabir as they come down towards us. Dylan Jabir is now behind Gelderhuis as they make their way into Holzhoek. The Class B cars are coming towards us, and that will be Kalfi from Boosie. Then it's Jacobs. Behind Jacobs, I see Zaki Hendricks coming through. Then Donnie Sandenberg Jr. Then Sean Liebenberg, that missed the first race. He sits in there behind Donnie Sandenberg Jr.
Here comes the Class C guys as they work their way down towards Holzhoek. And it's all about Fontini and Ferrolli this time around. Ferrolli has a look on the inside line. The two of them have broken away from Zach Leyden, and Finneran has actually moved up ahead of Levy.
So got confirmation that Razik Harris has pulled into the pits. The Class A cars are going down the back straight, the Kalani straight. They are racing down the Kalani straight, and Skulk Gelderhuis is lining up Oompie Swart. He's lining Oompie Swart up. They're the two of them on your screen, lining him up for Fostron. But it is still, and he's going to make a move up on the inside, and Skulk Gelderhuis has got his nose ahead there of him, ahead of Oompie, and they're chasing down Boosie and Victor. Then it's Joubert, Cup, Williams, and Hintenhuis is the last man you see on your screen.
Well, the next man you see coming into view will be Kalfi. Yep, Kalfi's doing a brilliant job. He's got a bit of a gap from the race number 1 winner, Boosie Jr. Then it's Jacobs. Hendricks is right in there behind them. Sanderberg's having a pretty decent run, as well as our Class C guys head down towards Pertamina Fastron.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that Class C. It's a lovely, lovely fight there. It was Fontini, Ferrolli, and Leyden when they started this lap. It might not be exactly the same, although here they come towards us, and it is indeed Fontini, but Ferrolli is in that second position, and Zach Leyden is still there in third place. The Class A cars, Gaza, are sliding their way around Saddle Sweep.
It's almost as if the tar's too hot, but I think it's just the guys are riding so hard. They're sliding around all over the show. Oh, the last of that group of cars, I think that was Williams that ran it pretty wide as they worked their way down towards Pertamina Fastron. Hard on the brakes, whack it through the gears, turn it in as hard as you possibly can, look into the mirror, and the guy behind you is even closer than what he was when you went out into the Kalani straight.
Right, yeah, they come down towards us, and it's all about Marco Boosie in P1. Nathan Victor is there in that second spot. Then we've got Skulk Gelderhuis. Then we've got Oompie. Then Dylan Joubert. Then we've got Shane Williams, followed by Ian Cup and the 76 of Oliver Hintenhuis.
Class B, Kalfi from Boosie. They've now broken away. Massive battle, Jacobs and Hendricks. Then behind that is Sandenberg, Liebenberg, and then a bus going down into turn number 5. Here comes your Class C battle.
Now that Class C battle is heading down the Kalani straight into Pertamina Fastron. And has that lead changed? Has that lead has definitely changed? We'll have a look and see. No, that lead has not changed. Here they come down towards us. That's the further back. It is Ferrolli that sits there on the case of Fontini, heading into turn number 1 into Holzhoek, and that you see on your screen there, lock up there by Mark Fontini. That is the battle for P1 and 2 in Class C.
Our Class A guys are now heading back down towards 5 again. It's Battle Royal, Boosie and Victor. Will they work together? Will they work against one another? Who knows? It's very difficult to try and work this out. These guys are all out there. Oh, losing the tail in the bit was Victor. That gives Boosie just a little bit of breathing space, but not much, because Gelderhuis is having a brilliant run, and Gelderhuis finds himself ahead of Oompie Swart, and it's Joubert and Williams, the next two that's coming through there.
Yeah, it's Joubert, Williams, Cup, and Hintenhuis. Where's Class B? Class B will be going through turn number 5. There they go through Fastron. That's Mohammed Kalfi from Dario Boosie. That's the 2 cars you see on the screen. Faisal Jacobs has got Saki Hendricks right on his case there, followed by Donnie Sandenberg Jr. and Sean Liebenberg in that 75 car. And then Nur Abbas is the next man coming through as you watch Class C head into Fastron corner.
Well, this is still a continuous battle. It's a four-way battle. You can even open up Frankie. Oh, look at that. Beautiful drive. Gets good traction coming out of Pertamina Fastron.
Class A cars, you can see on your screen there, is coming out of Saddle Sweep, the double right-hander, and it's led by car number 41, which is Marco Busi, as they race down that back straight. Busi with Victor right on his heels there. Then we've got this Geldenhuys still ahead of Swart, and right there with him is still Dylan Jabert in the 44 car in P5, as the Class A cars head to start their final lap.
The final lap for them, but let's have a look, see what is happening with the Class B. Class B is all about Kulfi. Kulfi is now starting to pull away. The man that won race number 1 is not going to win race number 2. There he is. That is the gap. Busi Jr. does not have an answer for Kulfi in Class B in heat number 2. Final round of the API Property Group GTI Challenge for the year.
And then you still see Zaki Hendricks all over the back end there of the Faisal Jacobs car, followed there by Sandenberg Jr. Class C is now making its way into the leaders, are in the middle of Fastron corner, and it's Fontini and Ferroli. Yes, it is. It's the Goffin Cooper car of Mark Fontini versus Adriano Ferroli. P1 and 2. Here comes Sandenberg Sr. across the line, and that is P1 and 2 for Class C.
Going back to Class A, on their way down the back main, you can see those blue dots led out by the 41 of Marco Busi, then the 71 of Nathan Victor. Frankie, bring our Class A's to the line.
Racing down towards a Pertamina Fastron. Oh, and it's touch and go. It is touch and go. Nathan Victor is right on that bootlet of Marco Busi as they make their way down towards us. The checkered flag is going to come out. It's going to be close. It's going to be side by side, but it's Marco Busi across the line from Nathan Victor in second. Skulky Geldenhuys crosses the line at 0.4 of a second ahead of Umpi Swart, followed by Dylan Jabert, Shane Williams, Ian Cup, and Ollie Hintenhouse.
There's our Class B leader, Kulfi. Brilliant. Lights to flag. Utterly amazing. Probably his best drive. That'll be major motivation for him for 2025. Kulfi ahead of Busi Jr. So Busi's first and second in race number 1. And this time around, it's not going to be. It'll be Kulfi, Busi, Jacobs, Hendricks. Then you can see Sandenberg coming through. The next man will be Liebenberg. Let's go back to our Class C battle.
Class C battle is working its way out of Pertamina Fastron, and it's all about Mark Fontini and Adriano Ferroli, as you see Sandenberg Sr. finishing his race, and it's going to be Mark Fontini to the line. No, Fontini backed out. Fontini backed out, and he gave the win to Adriano Ferroli. He backed out right at the last minute. And here we come to the line, and it's going to be touch and go. It is Zach Layden just ahead of Tristan Hubert, Flashman Finneran, and Daniel Muna.
Still 2 more to come as they come across the line. It'll be Majid and David. And wow, what can I say? Amazing, amazing, amazing. GTI Challenge sponsored by the API Property Group was really something else for this season. They have shown that you can take advertising and marketing to the next level. Look how they group together as they work their way back after their last race for the season. I can only predict great things for API Property Group GTI for 2025.
Well, yeah, they're bunching up. And this is just the guys saying thank you to you people around the circuit. Folks, make some noise for the GTI Challenge people in the Bomas. Give them